Hello, everybody. So I decided for pretty obvious reasons that I was going to do a slightly different format for doing this because this, ladies and gentlemen, is, well, the released body cam footage of Chris Chan being arrested on the 1st of August following... Well, here's the thing, is that the nature of the arrest was more about the fact that Chris had violated the emergency protective order that had been placed on Chris following the fact that Chris stole $750 from Bob's bank account. For those who don't know how that was possible, Chris had access to his mom's bank account, and because of the whole reason why the EPO was in place, because Noel, the administrator of the Kiwi Farms, had managed, because he gets all of the emails that Chris gets, it's part of a safeguarding measure to prevent him from trolling, and Noel just straight up asked Chris, following a heated conversation the night previous, Chris, did you steal money from your mother? Yes or no? And Chris finally, and I do mean finally, said, yes, I did. And Noel then blocked Chris and then handed the evidence over to the police. I think it's like Henrico County, I think it was the police that arrested Chris. Either way, I just want to say good on Noel for actually just doing the right thing, and because you don't want to be subpoenaed as an accomplice in any of this for obvious reasons. And what we're going to be seeing right now is exactly the body cam footage of Chris being arrested. And, well, let's just get to it, shall we?
Is there anybody else in the room?
Wait, check it.
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you
No.
can't tangibly see them.
Nothing.
Oh, is that Ethan Ralph?
Follower. Yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this.
Yeah, by the way, despite the fact that people had already been saying that, don't get involved whatsoever in, any of this, Ethan Ralph and, several, Weens and stuff like that were to record this because Ethan Ralph has a long-standing issue with Noel from Kiwi Farms, and, well, he'll just do what he wants anyway. At least I think it's Ethan Ralph who was there. Well, some other little poxy little Ween and stuff like that. It might have been the same one who stole the Sonichu license plate from the Dodge Caravan.
Oh my God, what is this?
And the police don't even know.
Sonichu, your goddess blue hearts. Okay. It's happening now. We're on the very last thread.
What? They're everywhere. I don't believe that. We're surrounded.
What began as a routine arrest on August 1st, 2021.
That's the last time you're ever going to be hearing a routine, because a routine arrest, even that sounds like a very abnormal thing to say. But yeah, it must be said, I think the police were made aware in regards to the relevancy of why they were being contacted following what Chris was doing to his mother. You're about to see it all unfold. Not a euphemism, by the way.
One in Henrico, Virginia, quickly spiraled into a surprising spectacle in the parking lot of a Regency Inn hotel. The focus of the unexpected attention was internet personality known as Chris Chan. This never-before-seen footage was obtained and first released by...
I like the fact that Chris is, even to this day, still wearing the Sonichu sneakers. And Chris is literally... all of that junk around it, it's just going to weigh a neck down, isn't it?
...by Iwu, and reveals a behind-the-scenes look at the day that took thousands of online observers by storm.
Look, hurry, get out.
What the heck is going on right now? It's the most wild call for service I've ever been on.
As officers with the Henrico County Police Department cautiously approach the second-floor hotel room, they prepare themselves in case a possible altercation waits for them behind the door.
She's right here. Oh, gotta unlock it. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christine Chandler.
Okay, can you come out for a second?
What's the situation?
What's that? You got a warrant for your arrest, all right?
Okay.
You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna do that. Do not fight. You will get tased.
Okay, well, listen, I will comply by...
You will comply, Chris, but you didn't. I love. Can we, let's just do this from the beginning, shall we? Because Chris knew, like, that's not the face. Chris thinks that she's gonna play, a confused party to all this, but no, the police were not having any of that, and well, Chris is clearly outnumbered.
Chandler?
Okay, can you come out for a second?
What's the situation?
What's that? You got a warrant for your arrest, all right? Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna do that.
I love the fact I love that they're just saying, Chris, you're not going there. You're gonna do as you're told, or we will tase you if you don't comply with us. You were given the chance. You know exactly what's gonna happen. You know what you've done. We could do this the easy way or the hard way. You know what? Some people may say that's a slight obstruction of power, but at the same time, let's not confuse ourselves. To the outside observer, this may seem a bit excessive, but, well, unless you really want to know what happened, I suggest, and only relevant to what any of this involved, let alone everything else Chris could have faced jail time for. Because, yes, this is kind of the tip of the iceberg for anyone who didn't know what any of this was about.
Do not fight.
Or who this is.
Okay, well, listen, I will comply by what... I'd like to come back with my things.
That's not happening.
Get that all straight. Yeah, we'll get it all straight.
And what about my van? And I'd like to put my shoes on, please.
Yeah, sure, of course. We'll get there. Just relax.
I can slip into my shoes. Magic Chan, Chris L. Savannah.
While these words may seem insignificant to the officers, they carry a profound significance for Chris, which will be explained later.
You're just being detained right now until I can confirm the warrants, okay?
Okay,
Just hang tight.
The officers have received reports of some very disturbing allegations against Chris, but nothing prepares them for the events that are about to unfold.
Sit down right here.
Okay, I will sit down.
Okay. Where are your shoes? Right here?
Right over there.
Is there anyone else in the room with you? Is there anybody else in the room?
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you
No.
can't tangibly see
A
them.
physical person. Is there a physical person in the room with you?
No.
Originating from this universe, no.
Okay, good.
I need to stand with my shoes on. I don't have any such time doing it this way. I am complying, and that's my son. That's my set of keys over there.
Your keys to your car?
Keys to the van, and yeah, my wallet's in my bag over there, the brown bag.
This bag?
Yes.
Can I look in it?
And you grab something. Oh, that's one of my rings.
I know. Can I look through? Can I get your bag out of your...
I have nothing to hide. Go ahead and look through everything that's in the room.
Go ahead and look at everything that's in the room.
Go ahead. You have my permission.
Okay.
Just slip them on. They're going to give you flip-flops when you get down to the jail.
Okay, well, I identify as female, and I would appreciate if I was respected as such. It even says so on my driver's license, female.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Just making sure.
As one officer searches through Chris's belongings, he quickly makes an interesting discovery.
Where's your wallet at?
Oh,
Don't come over here.
It's the duct tape wallet.
Okay. On the outside?
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a.
Alright, let's grab a seat.
Well, it's looking a little beat up.
No, grab a seat right there for me.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Chris has never. This only goes to confirm that Chris has never been that great in terms of receiving instructions or following them or anything like that. Also, was Chris really still on paroxetine during this time? Because of the medication pouches here, and also Chris decided to buy art supplies. And why Chris would buy art supplies, as though Chris thinking that she was just going to be living at the Regency Inn for goodness knows how long. And also, are those sanitary towels? Why does Chris need sanitary towels if she doesn't have periods? And yes, but I'm a little confused. Unless they're not sanitary towels.
Like your wallet? Or you just want your ID to go with you and your cell phone?
Yeah, My wallet and my cell phone is over there in front of the tarot deck box.
Yeah, I got a cell phone right here.
Oh, that's my secondary phone.
That's your secondary phone?
Yeah, I have 2 phones, one for patrols and one for my home. I got 2 phones, one for the boys and one for my friends. You think I need 2 phones? There's a song.
Yeah, Chris, you just said, you have two phones specifically for your bullies and for your trolls. Why do I think I need to? Chris, they don't know who you are. This is no time to start playing, oh, you don't know who I am. Your ego is not getting you out of this, Chris. Come on now, and Chris, if anything, Chris just looks pissed at the fact that the police have just come in to ruin her day. That's the impression I get from this.
Yeah, Kevin Gates.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to this. He's a guy.
Nah, that's a popular one. He's a fine gentleman.
He is popular.
Suddenly, a keen-eyed officer spots something happening outside, which sets him on edge.
Are you waiting for someone to come to your room or something?
No, I was not. I was only waiting for the deputy that I talked with earlier today from the sheriff's office in Rutgersville.
Okay. All right. You're not waiting for like anybody else though? Any friends or anything?
I have nobody else.
The only reason I'm asking is because there's a car up there and there's 2 gentlemen staring at us.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know if you were waiting for someone to come over or whatever.
Yeah, see? Yeah, stand up. I just want to look out.
No.
It's a sure.
I wouldn't do that.
I was not waiting for anybody. I was not waiting.
They're standing up there by the gas station. You know those people?
That's curious.
I'm just asking. I don't want anyone rolling up on me.
While Chris doesn't recognize the strangers gathering to watch them from a distance, there may be a reason for their unnerving presence.
Okay, well, I would say question them because I am famous and infamous on the internet, so they may be video recording.
Cool.
With the internet, so
I'm recording you as well.
well, that's. I figured that much.
Not readily accepting Chris's explanation, the officers try to work out their own alternate explanation for the curious spectators.
Yeah, they still are.
There is nothing illegal in the room and nothing illegal in the bag. Please feel free. I have nothing.
It's got a very military style haircut. I wonder if it's Greene County.
Baby blue Yaris?
Maybe it's a rental.
Hey, it's good. Hey, that would be something Greene County.
I mean, I know there's a lot of agencies that use rentals for surveillance. I mean, like staring.
Yeah, I know.
That's actually quite interesting. They actually think it might be Greene County Police. I mean, technically that would make sense because Ruckersville was in Greene County, and I'm not entirely sure Regency Inn, yes, in Henrico County, but I have no idea where this is supposed to be. Again, my geography of the state of Virginia is probably nowhere near as relevant as it needed to be. But is that a thing that happens in the state of Virginia or in like many other states that they'll just have departments from other counties come across the lines and stuff like that? I wouldn't know, but then again, this place does sort of look like it'd be quite popular for prostitutes and small-time dealers.
That's why I asked her, because it's considered he's there all the time. It's still right as we walk up. I didn't see him there before.
They shrug it off for now, but it will soon become apparent that these observers have surprising intentions that none of the officers could have predicted.
So you talked to the Greene County Sheriff's Office today?
Yes.
Did they call you or did you reach out to them?
I reached out to them. I wanted to make sure my dog and cats back at home were safe and taken care of.
I guess, so the warrant itself is not a surprise. You know there was an investigation, all that.
Yes,
Okay,
there was
got
an
it.
investigation. Yes, I am
Okay.
aware of the situation.
Okay. Did they say that they were coming to Richmond?
Yes, they said
Oh,
they
the
were
Richmond,
coming to
okay.
Richmond. And my vehicle, in case it wasn't obvious, is the blue Dodge Caravan out there.
Yeah.
Its license plate says Sanchu on it.
Magi-Chan Sonichu, a blend of the characters Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog, is a character from Chris's hand-drawn graphic novel series. Sonichu may be more than just a drawing, however, as you'll soon hear from Chris how this character blurs the line between fiction and reality.
So just so you're aware, right now we're just confirming the warrant through Greene County, okay? That's why I said you're detained. Once they say that...
Okay, copy, look out.
Once they say the paper's in hand, the actual arrest warrant, then you're going to be under arrest, okay? Okay.
Well, all Chris says is that I will comply. It doesn't mean to say that she thoroughly gets it. Which... I mean, listen, guys, for some of you may be aware of the fact that what I'm planning on doing for my 3,000 subscriber special is that I'm going to be putting together my own Part 86, kind of like a fan-made version of the continuation of Geno Samuel's Chris Chandler Comprehensive History, and it almost exclusively talks about Chris's time in prison, as well as like a couple of months afterwards, up until the very live stream where somebody just straight up says, Chris, you did X, Y, and Z to your own mother, and you are shrugging and playing it off as though you have no idea what's going on. And it's that same stream where you can see Chris just sort of like shrug away and look like guilt is written all over her face. That's kind of where it gets up to. So it's almost like, even if Chris will deny it, Chris will... It shows complete admission of her guilt. So, Chris may say or not say she understands or doesn't understand. However, you can run but you can't hide, Chris. And the truth is, well, it's written all over her face. I mean, look at Chris right there. I think now this is the point where Chris is beginning to realize that all of this nonsense about the dimensional merge, all this nonsense about saying this was doing Barbara some good, all of this has, as you might imagine, gotten Chris absolutely nowhere.
Well, you didn't at first, but I'm glad you did.
It caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, that
Caught off guard by what, Chris? You know what you did.
was kind of the point a little bit.
Meanwhile, the evolving situation outside still has the officers on high alert.
We're still fair. Yeah.
You want to go up there?
No, because I can't tell if they're just recording or... I wish I could read the tag.
That's one of them. I'd stare back at them.
I need a moment.
Okay.
Pardon my flatulence.
As you do. At least I hope it was just
you want to take your
flatulence.
necklaces off and stuff like that, or?
You're going to take them off when you get
Yeah, you got to take them off when you get to the jail.
Okay, but the
Since they're not, the only thing they will allow are like crosses for like religion.
okay, well, if I may speak, the statue-shaped medallion, the big yellow thing at the bottom there, that is my cross.
Fuck off. Fuck off, Chris. Oh god. Yeah. But it's all molded and decaying, Chris. Like, maybe this is where the whole calling yourself Jesus Christ Sonichu, maybe this is where it started.
So
Okay, I don't know if they'll allow that one.
it protects me greatly. So that I am willing to take off the other two, but I really need the medallion.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know that when you get down to the jail, if you go to jail, once the warrants are confirmed, that you may not be able to keep it. Okay. Just letting you know.
All right, but that is my cross.
Okay.
Let that go on the record. The statue medallion.
Sonichu is not a recognized religion, Chris. Though I will admit, for the record right now, it would have been... I don't know how long Chris would be able to play this up, because, well, maybe this is where maybe it's where it started, but you could have told me Chris was trying to play up the charade about trying to be Jesus Christ by trying to claim this is an actual religion just to get the medallion back, because that's not really how things panned it out.
Yeah, Officer Christian will tell him.
Back outside, the situation appears to be escalating, and officers are caught in a dilemma about how to handle it.
I'm going to have you go up there and see what they're doing. Like, just not as an informed person.
I mean, I want to go adjust them, but at the same time, they can kind of do that, but they're not obstructing at this point. I'm listening to you.
I'm a bisexual trans woman. And,
I'm just stir the pots. You know what I mean? So when we don't need to, we can just go about our day.
So anyway, yeah, so Christian.
My heart's telling me too because I want to. But at the end of the day,
I know. Sassy Nick wants to, but Sassy Nick wants to, but Officer Nick does not.
right?
Oh,
I
well,
agree.
it's what-
That's 100%.
So you guess my person would be like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, that's what I would say, and I know turn it.
Yeah.
Chris takes this moment to deliver a puzzling warning to the officers.
By the way, if any of y'all has been feeling a punch-like sensation on your leg, that is my husband, Magic Chan Sanachu, right on the opposite side of the universe field. He's punching you all each, just a gentle punch, but you know he is here.
Okay.
Did you feel it? He punched you first.
Yeah, so I didn't, but you know.
Punch my hubby.
Fuck me. You know, I heard that was just a rumor, but Chris literally tries to. It's not even a whisper. It is Chris just saying, "Punch the officers, hubby." Chris is telling her imaginary husband, Magi-chan, to punch a police officer. It's not even that. Honestly, I think that's just. I think it's just kind of funny because how does what good do you think this? Well, to be honest, I don't think things could get any worse for this for Chris at this point. So maybe Chris is just saying, "Fuck it. What else? What are they going to arrest? What are they going to do? Arrest me 2 minutes earlier? They can't do that." Oh my god! Again, I listen. I'm not particularly that sympathetic towards Chris. I think it's been shown for like for a while now. It's been shown that I'm not particularly that bothered about what happens to Chris either way. But that's still kind of funny. Maybe it would have been funny. It wouldn't have been funny in the eyes of the police officers. But well, what exact? Well, here's the thing. Guess what? The police have these little things that they can use to stop a situation from escalating. It's called guns and pepper spray. You know what pepper spray is, Chris? I mean, you've used it plenty enough.
Yeah, there you go.
With the arrest warrant finally confirmed, the officers are ready to move Chris to the waiting police cruiser. What should have been a simple task quickly takes a shocking turn, and things escalate in a way they clearly didn't expect.
All right, let's head on out.
You ready?
You good?
We'll go.
Okay.
Let's hold on out.
All right.
All right.
May I have my earpiece tucked behind my ear, just please?
Yeah, we can take care of it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did.
Very well.
All right, head on that this way.
I'm gonna stay recording while we get to the vehicles in case these people address us.
Okay. You don't know any of these people?
I do not know those people, and
Okay.
yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this. They
Don't.
followers.
I think it's real.
Oh my God, what is this?
What's up, man?
What
Good.
is happening right now?
And that's just people shouting back because they've got no clue what's going on either.
This is gonna be trending on the internet. They're gonna post this online.
Though this prediction comes close, the footage will go even more viral than Chris imagines.
Hey, thank y'all for y'all service, for real.
Appreciate it.
I wasn't.
No, it's not exactly as if the police officers will care either way. They're just doing their job. I mean, I don't know exactly what they're expecting. This isn't the Shawshank Redemption. No, actually, the more I think about it, this is exactly like the Shawshank Redemption, except it's a lot less. There's no redemption, and there's a lot more shanking involved. If shanking was a pseudonym for wallowing up, saying you're Jesus Christ, and continuing as though acting like nothing had changed. Kind of like the Shawshank Redemption, actually. Yeah, I was right the first time. Why did I change my story?
Convinced that there's no internet fans, but that confirms it.
There you go. I mean, Google Chris Chan or Sonichu, and there you go. I've been infamous and famous.
Oh, look at that. Coming out of the woodwork. Good, I just saw you. Where'd you see him at?
Regency.
I'm going.
Oh, the mall?
I'm complying. I am complying. I am good like this. And I am Christian Sanchu, your goddess blue heart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with Quickville and my Sanchus and Rose shoes and everybody. You're lost to about 3,000 people right now, Christian. How do you breathe?
Let's not talk to them, okay?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
keep in good faith. Everything is going to work out.
Let's not talk to
Well,
them.
I feel,
Chris, you should be listening to the officers. They're the ones in charge of this, not you.
it's been stressful, but I've taken it one moment at a time, and I got my loves.
While Chris maintains a positive attitude in the face of uncertainty, the officers can't help but be increasingly amused by the attention and the seemingly growing crowd.
They're everywhere. I don't believe that. We're surrounded.
Go ahead, frisk me.
I'm searching you, not frisking you.
Well, just offering you the option there.
What the heck is going on right now? This is freaking weird.
This is the most.
Also, yes, Chris acting like an absolute perv in front of five. I know probably these fine officers have probably been through worse stuff than this, but just get Chris in the car and just get him out of here. Or her out of here, I should say. I'm sorry, people have been very, very angry with me in the past about me saying that, Christy makes the transition, but why am I calling her her? Or I might call, her him by complete accident. But what can I say? People will get angry with me over nothing. Anyway, this is almost over.
Most wild call for service I've ever been on.
You have anything else on you?
I have nothing else on me.
They're going to scan you into jail, and if there's anything on you, you want to hold it back?
I understand.
A little nugget of weed is felony.
I have no weed. I have no drugs I'm consuming on me. Like I said, frisk me. There you go. That felt good.
Let's have a seat.
Okay. It's happening now. We're on the very last thread. It's happening right
Why are you yelling?
We're living it. The mental merge, baby. If Batman is your hero, you're gonna
Sit down,
meet
Chris.
him
Have a
very
seat.
soon.
I bet you're never working overtime for us again.
Oh, certainly will. This is hilarious.
With Chris now secured in custody and the tension from the crowd finally easing, two of the officers are more than ready to put the bizarre encounter behind them.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Thank you, officers. I'm going to Snoozenberg.
All right, can we go eat now?
Yeah, 100%.
But the unusual day isn't over for the officer tasked with driving Chris to the police
Oh,
station.
no.
And as you'll witness, Chris has so much more left to share.
Oh, celebrity scandals, all of that. And people just taking it, blowing it out of the water.
Yeah, I got you.
Me,
Hey,
Chris.
And up to over a month from now, the next celebrity scandal is going to happen.
Okay.
And they'll be all over that.
All right.
You may recognize or know my comic books I have drawn over the years. And
Chris, you're being taken to a police station. This is not a taxi. Oh dear. Anyway, can we also just rewind a couple of minutes to remind the fact that Russell Brand over here was telling an officer to frisk her? Whatever.
my sparkling and creations and discoveries of the Sonichu and Rosechu Pokemon species.
I'm not aware of that.
Okay, well, give you a little bit of homework for research on your own time, then that's okay.
Fuck me, Chris.
Essentially, I am a decent and good individual. I believe in everything that is right and positive.
Decent and good individual. Chris. No. No, Chris. You know what? And again, maybe this is one of those bizarre revelations I've had to come to, but here's the thing. Chris, you're not a decent or good individual. You want to know how I know this? Because you say you are, and yet the things you have done have landed you in this situation, Chris. Saying and doing are two very, very separate and very different things. And insofar as I can work out, Chris still has somehow, even at the age of 39, which is how old Chris was when this took place, Chris never understood the distinction between the two. and I can't believe I can't be the only one who is who is putting together the dots to realize that not only was Chris never a good person, but Chris is under the impression that merely saying that you are makes you are. Anyway, whatever. We don't have to hear Chris for too much longer after this, so we can get through this.
And I am literally a goddess, and that will be proven in the near days to come as we are on the completion of the dimension merge, where the universe half that was divided in 1380s by order of King Arthur. He ordered Merlin and 2 other magicians to remove and banish all dragons, unicorns, and other quote-unquote mythical creatures and overpowered individuals. And thus we were separated, transported into from what was originally called Universe 1C211987.
Chris dives into an astonishing account of multiple universes where fictional characters coexist, many of whom may sound quite familiar.
You have everybody there. You have Superman, you have Mickey Mouse, you have Iron Man, you have Darkwing Duck, you have, Infinite Possibilities. You even have Ratchet and Clank, you have the Super Mario Brothers, and you have Sonic, you have Link, you have everybody, you name it, they're there. And of course, especially Sonic and Roshu's and all of the other Pokemon known and yet to be known in all of existence.
You know what? Yeah, listen, that officer must be I don't know what must be going through his mind apart from just getting to the station at this point. If it was up to me, well, I probably would have been saying, like, Chris, I'm gonna have to stop you there. Chris, I said I'd listen to you because, quite honestly, I didn't want to come across as impolite. Is there anything else? Good. Thank you, Chris. Oh, and by the way, I'm not listening. Here we are. Come on, let's go out.
So you're saying Pokemon's are going to come back to this, where we're at right now?
Yes, and among others, like I said, if Batman or... I shouldn't be asking you, who is your favorite superhero?
I'd probably go with Spider-Man.
He's going to come around. You're going to meet him.
All right, I can't wait.
Don't start giving the officers false hope.
York,
Come on.
He's going to be swinging around there.
Why New York? Why only New York? Why can't he go wherever he wants?
Well, I mean, yeah, he can't go because he's a Spider-Man. He does whatever a spider can. But also,
That's not funny. That's not funny, Chris. Also, because the spectacle of of Spider-Man swinging between skyscrapers, specifically in New York City, makes a lot more sense because there's not much verticality, at least in Richmond, Virginia. Never thought about it like that before, but this is turning into a weird day, alright?
I am particularly fond of and have great appreciation for the mentally capable and the psychic powered type of individuals. I have great respect for them, especially the good ones.
As the ride nears its end, Chris drops one final bombshell that will surely leave the officer with a lasting impression.
Yeah, so I am married interdimensionally with my husband, Magic-chan Sonichu, and I am also married to Hannah. Now my brain went blank on the word there, but anyway, I am also polygamously married to Giselle Roshu and Sylvana Roshu and the one and only Mewtwo, the one that was cloned by Giovanni's team in Team Rocket as featured in the first Pokemon movie.
Chris Chan, whose legal name is Christine Chandler, was taken to the Central Virginia Regional Jail and held without bond after being charged with incest. The victim was alleged to be Chris's mother. On August 8, 2023, 2 years after the arrest, the charges were ultimately dismissed.
So that was quite... oh, look, there's Asmongold right there. Arrest of the century, they're calling it. Right, so there we are. We finally got to the end of all of that. Oh, God, that was... Honestly, that was just kind of funny more than anything else. Oh, well, I don't really know if there's anything else to add with all of this, but well, there we are. I think I'm stick a fork in me because I'm done. I legitimately have nothing else to add. Is there anything else? Forget about anything to add. Is there anything else I want to say about this? Well, I may as well just say this: is that yes, the allegation, the allegations may have been, dismissed. They didn't say Chris was innocent, however. But then again, Chris is not particularly very innocent. Let's be completely honest about that. Because Chris doesn't exactly sound particularly innocent when she told Bella about what Chris had been doing. But with all that being said and done, whatever. Okay, I'll see all of you guys again next time. Oh dear, what a week. Well, hello again. And just before each and every one of you leave, if I could just hold your attention for a few more seconds, and I want to show you very quickly my Patreon store. I've been running this for 5 years now, and ever since this month began, I've decided to reopen, relaunch, completely sort out my categories for videos, and I've uploaded them sometimes as far as 3 months in advance. So you guys will be able to get an exclusive look exactly what's coming out, when it's coming out, at your convenience. So make sure to stop by, take a look around, and let's see what you think. Thank you very much for supporting me once again, and I'll see you again next time.